When are home prices going to come down? Stay tuned. Hi there, thanks for watching this week's video. It's Shirley with Shirley's Real Estate Group, John L. Scott, and this is the BS Real Estate Show, buying and selling real estate, that is. I hope you had an amazing turkey day with friends and family and took some time to reflect on the things that you're thankful for. I was recently asked, when are home prices going to come down? Ryan, this video is for you. My short answer was there's currently a price correction going on right now. So it's hard to answer this question in a text. So here's the more in-depth response. Currently, there is a price correction going on right now, mostly due to the rise of interest rates. Here's a graph of mortgage rates, and you can see here how rates rose this year from January 2022 to today, and that's causing the cool down in the market. Mortgage rates have more than doubled this year, so people are being priced out of the market right now, and the pain that people are feeling is because they're rising so fast. It's not necessarily just about the 7% number that we're starting to see them tick around. It's about the rapid rise. And I think this quote from Freddie Mac says it well. U.S. 30-year fixed rate mortgages have increased 3.83 percentage points since the end of last year. That's the biggest year-to-date increase in rates in over 50 years. So now the good news. This quote says it well from Mark Fleming. While mortgage rates are expected to continue to drift higher over the coming months, much of the rapid increase in rates is likely behind us. So take a look at the quote from George from Realtor.com. With inflation still running at a 40-year high and the Fed's expecting a few more rate increases to combat it, mortgage rates will continue to experience upward pressure through the end of 2022. So we talked about what gets the media attention on the last video. So when the question of when are home prices going to come down, the next question is typically, is a recession coming? These next few graphs will hopefully help shed some insight to that question. And this data from the Wall Street Journal is really helpful. This is a survey where the Wall Street Journal asked economists, what are the chances of a recession happening in the next 12 months? And you can see on the left side, in January of 2022, about 18% of economists said, I think we're going to see a recession over the next 12 months. Well, as inflation has stayed high and we've seen economic pressure in the world around us, we've seen the housing market change, and the percentage of economists who are expecting a recession over the next 12 months has continued to increase. And the latest data released in October shows that 63% of economists feel that there's going to be a recession sometime over the next 12 months. A recession doesn't always mean falling prices. We all remember the crash in 2008, and I think people are fearful of that. But what we have to remember is we have a very different landscape right now when it comes to inventory, when it comes to the lending standards and equity. In 4 out of the last 6 recessions, home prices actually increased. This graph doesn't mean that we're not going to see falling prices, but what it does mean is it doesn't happen every time. So when you think about what's happening in the housing market, if a recession is in play, we also have to put this context together with this graph. And I think one thing we can also learn about what history tells us is that a recession more likely means falling mortgage rates, because in those same 6 recessions, you can see here that mortgage rates have dropped each time. So let's take a look at this quote from Redfin. It says, for those bearish folks eagerly awaiting the home price crash, you'll have to keep waiting. As much as demand is pulling back, supply is as well. And that's reducing downward pressure on prices in the short run. So this means that houses are staying on the market longer. We're not seeing an influx of new listings, and what we know is that prices are driven by supply and demand, and this is continuing to put upward pressure on home prices. However, it's also giving more opportunities for buyers, so we're seeing that shift in the market as well. So this is the long answer with the data to the question. Well, that's what I have for you this week. If there's a topic you'd like to hear about or an idea for a future video, like a challenge or question you're having, please let me know. If you like the content, don't forget to smash the subscribe button so you get future videos. Well, that's a wrap, and I'll see you in the next video.